Hey, how's it going everybody? Hummus here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. Today's video is just going to be about my favorite weapons to use in Modern Warfare 2 Season 2, as well as my favorite settings, as well as my favorite perks and equipment to use. With Season 2, there was a lot of nerfs and buffs and a lot of changes that made certain things viable and others that used to be not so viable anymore. So it's going to be a little different from the list that I made last time. You guys will definitely like to use these guns though. Very good. For example, the M13B is in this video. That gun was really not viable, but it got a huge buff in Season 2. You guys will definitely enjoy it. If you do, consider dropping a like. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day though. Let's get straight into it. So starting off with Season 2, the M13B got an incredible buff. This got an increase to damage at mid-range and also an increase to upper torso damage in general. The M13B is better than it ever was. Class setup that I like to use is the Komodo heavy muzzle, the VLK Laser 7mm, the Ravage-8 Stock, D37 Grip, and 45 round magazine. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the tunes for each one right now. Here is the muzzle. Here is the laser. I left the laser at 0. This is honestly where I feel it's the best. Here is the Ravage-8 Stock tune. Here is a D37 Grip tune. And then we have the 45 round mag. I really like the iron sights for this. If you don't like the iron sights, you can always swap the mag for a set of optics. This thing might honestly be my top 3 favorite guns in this game, alongside another weapon that's going to be in this list. The next weapon we have on this list is the 300 Blackout ISO Hemlock. This is with the ammo conversion. If you go ahead and check the ammunition, it's going to be towards the back. It's just the basic one. You don't need to put any of these. You can't even unlock them right now, nor any of these. This is the one. This one increases damage and removes the enemy's skulls when you kill them, so the teammates have no idea where they died. The class setup that I like to use is the Komodo heavy, the 300 blackout rounds, the FSS OLE-V Laser, an optic, and a Raid 90 stock. Now I do have a version of this weapon without the optic, and I have a rear grip for it instead. I believe I have the sprint to fire grip for a little bit more ADS, but I really would recommend using optic because the iron sights are kind of difficult to use, especially if you're not used to the weapon. This is what I have on the Komodo heavy. This is how I've tuned the laser. This is how I've tuned the Cronen Mini Pro optic, which I think is the best optic, by the way. This is how I tuned the stock, and the rounds have no tune. Take it into the firing range, you're gonna see this gun has a slower fire rate than the base ISO, not by a lot, but it definitely has more damage to make up for it. Absolutely insane weapon. Like, it's insane. Even in Warzone, I use almost this similar build. I replace the stock with a bigger barrel, but this thing melts. It is a bit a heavier weapon. You'll definitely feel it when you're using it, but it's a gun that I do think was a great addition to Modern Warfare 2. Definitely has a lot of personality and characteristic. It reminds me a lot of the ICR and the ACR, mixed with a little bit of the Man of War too. It's definitely a cool weapon. Very glad they added that to Season 2. Next on the list, we have one of my favorite SMGs in the game. This class setup has so little recoil and such a fast mobility that you're gonna dominate it no matter what game you play. And honestly, I think this is better than the Voznev. I think this is one of the best SMGs in the game, even better than the Fennec in my opinion. I love it. But here we got the AVR T90 comp, the Phase 3 grip, the VLK Laser 7mm, Cronen Mini Pro, and the Lachmann TCG10. Looking at the tune for the Lachmann TCG10, here is what I have. And if you look at the Cronen Mini Pro, this is the tune that I'm using for the Cronen. Here is the VLK Laser 7mm tune. The Phase 3 Underbarrel tune. And then we got the AVR T90 tune. This is for the muzzle. And now we're gonna take it over to the range. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Sprint speed good, ADS while I'm jumping, fast. ADS while standstill, very quick. Take a look at the recoil. So little recoil. I mean, if you're shooting someone this far away, I love this gun. The next weapon on this list doesn't even need attachments. It's the KV broadside. Please stop using this weapon. All right, moving on to the next weapon, we have the Chimera. Now this weapon, I kept the integrated suppressed barrel because I wanted to keep the identity of this weapon kind of intact. This is a subsonic integrated suppressed assault rifle for very medium, close to medium range engagements. So long range, this thing will still shred, but I really recommend this gun for mid-range fights. Mid-range. This is one of the best mid-range guns you can use in the game. The class setup that I have is the Phase 3 grip, the VLK Laser 7mm, the Cronen Mini Pro, the TRX-56 stock, and the Breedwinners flash grip. Now I'm going to show you the tune for the Underbarrel and all the rest of the attachments, and then we're going to get in the firing range and show you exactly what I mean. Here is the tune for the 7mm laser. Here's a tune for the Cronen Mini Pro optic. Here is a tune for the TRX-56 stock. And here is a tune for the Breedwinners flash grip. It just shreds. It just shreds. But then when you start going long ranges, it's kind of difficult because of the recoil. Now, if you want less recoil, right, and this is not the class for really aggressive players, I would recommend this one. This one has the TY LR8 muzzle. Here's a tune for it. That has a 10-inch SA Phoenix barrel. Here's a tune for the barrel. Here's a tune for the laser. The optic, and then D37 grip. Now let me take it to the firing range and show you exactly what I mean. Hunkered down, locked down, no recoil, kind of slow on the ADS, not like the more SMG mid to close range version. Personally, I would use the other version, but this one is for people who want to play a little bit more slower. I would definitely recommend it. Now we have the beloved Castoff 74U. This gun is just dominating almost in every game that it's in. It's an insane weapon. It's always been good in this game, especially in Modern Warfare 2, even Cold War. I know people who played Cold War, you guys are familiar with the 74U. But in this game, we have the Komodo Heavy, the Phase 3 grip, FSS OLE-V Laser, the Markeev R7 Stock, and the True-Tac grip to bring it all together to make this insane weapon. I'll show you guys the fire range in a second. Let me go ahead and show you the tunes for each attachment. For the Komodo Heavy, we have, and for the FSS OLE-V Laser, and here we have the tune for the Markeev R7 Stock, the tune for the True-Tac grip, and then the tune for the Phase 3 grip, which I kept in the middle, and then I kind of touched into the aiming idle stability. Moving on to the firing range, we have the Castoff 74U. Very quick mobility, good ADS, very good damage range, all around very good AR. Should be an SMG in my opinion, but it's technically an AR. Very nice, very fun to handle, easy weapon to use for a lot of people. To be honest with you, this is a very good starter weapon. Moving on to the perks that I like to use double time, bomb squad, fast hands, and quick fix for most of my rushing classes. Now sometimes what I'll do is I'll switch quick fix with things like overclock, which lets me have 2 dead silence, or things like bird's eye, which gives me basically a advanced UAV every time I get a UAV. Some of these classes I like to change around, like for example this one I have double time tracker, cold-blooded, and bird's eye. This is more of a stay below the radar, kill whoever, everyone you see hiding in a corner type vibes, you know, and you have the bird's eye, so you know exactly where they're facing. This is a pretty solid set of perks as well. Double time I have almost on every perk. Stim and Semtex, sometimes I would run flash, but like this is toxic, please don't do that. Let's all use stim again, please, like we did in MWII 2019. And then I use field upgrade for almost all of my classes. But yeah, there you have it though, guys. Those are my favorite classes to use and my perks and the loadout that I like to run. Going over my settings real quick, I'm just gonna glance over these really fast. This is my display if you guys want to stop and screenshot it. I have custom frame rate limit. This is for PC quality. I use DLSS on balance. Sometimes I'll crank this boy up to ultra performance when I need all them frames, baby. But then yeah, everything else on low, everything else on very low, off, everything off, on plus boost. I do have screen space reflections on though because this makes camos look a little bit better. And then view, I play 120 FOV at affected, wide weapon field of view, third person 30 at 90 degrees, and least camera movement. You want these, least, you want these. Going over the interface, make sure your map's on square. Audio, I play headphone bass boost, 74 master volume. Here's the rest of my volumes. I do not play with music on. Please turn this off for the love of God. Unless you like the music in this game, this does nothing but hinder you when you're in a 6v6 S&D 1v1 clutch situation. Whatever it is, this does not help ever having on. If you want it, put up to 8. And if you listen closely, you can hear it. And this is just too much. So I keep it off. Here is my mouse settings. I run 7.9 cents, 0.8 ADS multiplier, legacy Modern Warfare coefficient for this ADS sensitivity type, and then yeah, 0.91. Yeah, basically, yeah, this is what I do. Here's my gameplay bindings. And my keybinds. These you don't have to copy. These are just how I like to play. But yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like, subscribing, share with someone who you think would benefit from this and who needs to up their game because you need them to be better because they are bad and their classes are bad and that's why they're bad. So show them this video. Maybe they can use some of these classes and get a couple more kills and help you out. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day though. Take it easy.